Hello, people, and welcome to the lab. My name is Red, and I thought it might be interesting to look into game development today. I am personally a solo game developer who recently began working on his first commercial project, which may be brought to you in a few years. If any of you have ever wanted to make a game or are just curious on how games are created, stick around. You may have this grand idea in your head of a game you want to make, or want to replicate one of your favorite childhood games, or just in general, just this idea that you're like, this should be so good to give out to the people. Right now, I want you to try and flesh out that idea or just how one of your favorite games works. Start at that top level. What is the concept and what does the player actively do? Then start breaking that down. If you continue to break down, you will start to make your head hurt. There is a lot of work that goes into making games, and I want you to realize that. It is not as simple as some may think. It may seem daunting to get started, but I promise it is a lot easier than you think. So if you do have this big idea that you really want to make, I want you to pause the video and go write it down, either in a Google Doc, a notebook, or even your phone. Keep it short and simple and just briefly explain what you want. All right, now that your idea is on paper, I want you to put it away and forget about it right now. I know that may sound dumb, but stay with me. Now, I want you to start thinking about what it takes to make a very simple game. Let's say, like Mario, simple platformer. Well, first, you need to be able to move the player and jump. You also need something for the player to move around on. You need some objectives and something that makes the game difficult. You can start to see that as we keep expanding, it keeps becoming more and more work. So if you have this grand idea, but no idea how to implement something as basic as Mario, then you will get frustrated when making your dream game and maybe even learn to hate the idea. So to start, I highly suggest you take a basic game idea and flush it out. So think of a basic game that you would enjoy making. First, let's think of what type of game it could be. We have 2D games and 3D games. 2D is such as Mario, simple platformer, or 3D such as Minecraft. Both come with their ease and their difficulty, so do not worry about your exact dimensionality. Now, do you want a platformer, a tower defense, roguelite, an FPS, or just another basic genre? Think about what you might want, just something simple, and let's start from there. First, you need to decide how you're going to make your game. If you are not a crazy developer with a very specific need, you should start with a game engine. A game engine is going to have a lot, and I mean a lot of utility that you will be able to utilize. That allows you to flesh out your game without having to worry about things such as physics or even actually drawing your game to a window. It does not matter what game engine you use, they all have their perks and they all have things that work really well with them. The three main that I have used are Unreal Engine, Godot, and Unity. Unreal Engine is what Fortnite is made out of and has cutting edge technology when it comes to making things look amazing. It uses either a visual scripting method or C++ for your scripting needs. Godot is a free open source game engine that has greatly improved recently. It allows for a very easy way of making games, but it is a little harder to find some tutorials on. However, if you are not a programmer, it uses GD script for its scripting needs. It is a very simple and easy to learn language that derives it from Python. And finally, there is Unity. Unity is my preferred game engine, and it has a lot of built-in support and a pretty good community around it. It uses C Sharp, which is a fairly easy language to start programming with, and has tons and tons of tutorials out there to get you started. So now that you have a game engine, you can finally really begin. First, you are going to need some assets such as artwork or 3D models. I highly recommend downloading some free asset packs. You can find them in a lot of places, but for Unity, it is good to check out the asset store. You can also make some basic programmer art, like cubes, just basic colors, nothing too crazy. I really don't want you to worry about the artwork at first because that is something you can try to learn yourself or even eventually have others help you with. Once you have those, start looking around in the editor. Explore the tool that you'll be using to make your first basic game. It's okay to look through everything a few times and get comfortable with and configuring it how you like. Now that you've looked through that editor, let's talk about the first things you should do. Since I'm trying to make this showcase not engine specific, I'm not going to show you actually how to implement things and will only show off a little bit of code maybe here and there at a high level in Unity to tie some ideas together. First, everything in a game is an object. In Unity, these objects are referred to as game objects. In Godot, they are nodes. And in Unreal, they are referred to as actors. In most engine, these objects will have properties associated with them. To demonstrate, I'm going to pull up a small little project I created based on the roguelite genre. If you select the player, you can see a lot of components I have added. Some of these are custom scripts, and some are built-in utilities from Unity. Every other game engine will have similar things that you can add to your objects. The main thing I want to draw your attention to is the transform. This is available in all the game engines, and this represents where our object is in the world. So now, how could we move the player knowing that its transform is tied to its world position? Well, we can simply get an input however your engine does it. You can look that up on the internet. It's very straightforward, one of the first things you will be looking up. And then increase its coordinates in the transform based on that input. If we do that, we can move around like so. And there you go. That is where you can start. I'm not going to go to any more detail on how to do things or anything else, as if you are just starting this journey, you should begin yourself. There are countless tutorials out there on doing specific things and getting started, but I challenge you not to copy any tutorial. Take what they show you and turn it into something of your own. That will really help you understand how things work, and after a while of that, you may be ready to finally make your dream game. I hope this helps a lot of you guys start this game journey. Start slow, take it at your own pace, and just push yourself to do one thing a day. Trust me, it will add up over time. If you still don't want to make your own game, I hope this helped you understand how much goes into games you play. Thank you for watching, and always remember, the good is out there, it just is one step away. Take care.